Hi everyone, it's Ashley here from AscensionNXT.com, and I'm here to do the July reading. So, it's really hot in here. We're going through a heat wave right now. I got some Viking music on. I pulled an Odin card. It's just supposed to be really intense energy. The first week of July, the 1st through the 6th. You can find out a little more about that on my Ascension update video. It says Ascension update 6 something June 2018 on my page. I can't even think straight right now. I'm like trying to channel. I'm in channel mode, but it's just so hot. So I pulled some cards for the energy in July. And we're just going to kind of go with it. So, a lot of the energy that I feel like that's coming in the 1st through the 6th has a lot to do with the divine masculine coming in. Okay, so this is like energy from... because we're always thinking about the divine feminine, and now it's time for the divine masculine to start creeping in its own way. And this is good because this is what we want, because we want to attain balance with the feminine and with the god and the goddess. As a practitioner, I work in balance with male and female energy. Some people like to work with just the goddess. Some people like to work just with the god. But I really am adamant on working with both. And I feel like this energy is coming in really powerful. Right here we have the King of Raphael. And then we have my favorite, Odin, which I'm actually wearing his crows right now on me. Odin has 2 crows, or ravens. It's always interpreted differently. You can probably hear fireworks and stuff like that in the background, but that's cool. So let's see what's happening with this energy. Okay, so like what they're telling me, so like what we learned through our Ascension table tipping, like I said, you can watch the video, I explain more about it in the Ascension update video, is that basically there's going to be a surge of energy coming in that, it's like an energy shift, like an energy upgrade coming in from the 1st through the 6th, so it's going to be really intense. It's, and it has a lot to do with really stepping back and taking action within your creativity, which makes a lot of sense because the male energy is always about taking action. So even if you're feeling like, man, I don't know how to act on this thing that I want to do, or it's just not coming together yet, there's definitely like steps that you're going to have to take. Don't miss the wave, because what I keep feeling like they're saying here is it's like a rapid movement of energy coming through. Okay? So it's kind of like don't miss the boat. Don't miss the Viking boat. Alright. I'm going to pull another card with this and see what we connect with here. It's following your intuition totally. I mean, we got Psychic Insight from Odin, and we have the King of Raphael, which is the King of Cups in regular tarot. So it's all about connecting with your intuition, but also staying balanced with your like what's logically right for you. So it's not rushing into anything, but it's also keeping that creative line open so that you can eventually within the month take action. Yeah, it's not necessary to take action within the 1st week, but it's definitely about planning your actions, so getting some things done. So there's going to be a lot of like, oh, I just want to hang out and kind of do nothing, which is cool, but you also need that time to get stuff kind of organized a little bit, you know? Don't go too crazy either, though, because you know, it's not like an earth energy where it's like really work hard and get things done and make sure that you, my cat's trying to get in now. Yeah, make sure you work with that brute force. No brute force. It's all about working through your emotions and getting things like, oh, this feels right. This is my next step. This is what I want to do. It's also healing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what Odin's telling me. Because Odin is the Allfather in Norse mythology. So he's the main guy. He's the dad. He's the one that's in charge. So a lot of the energy coming in July is like healing father stuff, anything with your dad. So if you have stuff coming up with your dad, or, you know, any guys in your life, or this goes for men and women, it's, you know, it's really about paying attention to that and working through that and healing that and working with it through that with compassion. Okay? Let me pull another card. All right, and another thing too that's been coming up a lot in June, so I've been doing a lot of meditation, and a lot of self-doubt has been coming up. So I've been doubting myself a lot. And when I go into meditation trying to find answers, and they're telling me to tell you this because this is stuff that you need to know now, is that you already know the answers. You already know the answers. So that's what this card, this is like the Odin card, it's kind of saying here is psychic insight, like you already know. You already know what you have to do. You already know the steps that you have to take. Now it's just, you know, time to do it. Okay, so this is kind of confirming what it was. Okay. And then this card popped up. I meant to flip it over. Alright, so this is confirming healing any hostilities you have with really strong masculine energies in your life. This is the energy that's coming in. It's like, don't let that bypass you. Don't let these energies overpower you. So that's another thing. I lit a solar plexus candle before I started this reading. It's like, don't let these energies overpower you. Take your power back through meditation. Really go in, but work with compassion. Okay? So we got even the sun card represents the solar plexus to me because it's the energy of fire. So the solar plexus is the element of fire. So yeah, it's definitely healing masculine energy. It's even maybe even sending healing. This is another thing. Sending healing to the patriarchal energy in the world. Just sending love, sending compassion, like stop hating on it, stop pushing away from it, stop trying to fight it. I see a lot of people, you know, and in certain movements and things, and it's like, oh, you know, I don't believe in a matriarchal society. I don't believe in a society that's ruled by women, because to me that's still out of balance. I think that we really need to connect with male and feminine aspects and work with them equally and balance them out. And I feel like that's what this is saying. We're working against the patriarchal energy and all of the, you know, obviously it's been a patriarchal society for the past couple of thousand years, and a lot of it, everything has kind of been screwed up in the world. I mean, we abandoned Mother Earth. You know, even in religions, men are more in power. You can see it everywhere. And government, mostly, there's a lot of men that are mostly in power. But it's not going at it with hostility. It's going at it with love. So it's just sending compassionate energy to that and understanding to that. Because a lot of masculine energy that acts like this is also damaged. So, you know, you can't keep sending hatred and, you know, energies of despair and all of that to this. It's not going to help it. It's actually going to make it worse. But if you send love, this is the outcome that you get. Also, too, another thing that they keep saying, that they keep connecting with, is like, say you have these projects and things that you want to do, or you want to make career changes within your life, but you're blaming this energy for not allowing you to get where you want to be, then guess what? You're never going to get past this. You're going to be the one holding on to the hostilities with these people that are holding on to the hostilities as well. You're never going to get to this point. I'm sorry. This point. But that's what we want. We want the King of Cups. We want the men that are open to their emotions as well, but strong and manly. And that's something that Odin was too, a lot. Like, a lot of people look at Odin and they're like, oh, he's this scary Norse god. And Odin had a lot of feminine qualities to him. I mean, he did magic, and the Norse people, it was mostly women that did magic. A lot of men weren't allowed to do it, and Odin did. He actually learned from Freya. Another thing about Odin, and he was a poet. So that's something that's kind of a little feminine as well, is that, you know, he was in touch with his feelings. He was in touch with, you know, who he was, and he was also a god of war as well. So in his own way, he was balanced out. But there's definitely the surge of energy is focusing on masculine energy. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some political stuff that comes up, or something like that that might be disruptive. And anything that, I keep hearing yes, anything that does come up within the first week or two of July, it's really, you need to send love to it. You can't keep sending hatred to it. It doesn't matter what side that you're on. If you really care about the planet and the earth and people, you need to look from a different perspective. And everything has its reasons for acting the way that it does. I'm not saying that it's excuses, but fighting hatred with hatred just doesn't work. And that's what they keep showing here, is the walls coming up with the hostility. So if you're going at hostility with hostility, you're losing the battle right now. You can't win. All right. And then the next card that we have is Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. So I'm going to read the card. It says, share your gifts with grace. So grace is more of a gentle energy. So we can even see here. This is not gentle. This is. So this is what we're moving into. So a lot of heart chakra stuff coming in. So a lot of fire and solar plexus energy in the beginning of July, and then we're moving into the heart, because we also have Lady Nada. So we have awakening of the heart, and that's if you're moving with your fire and your solar plexus energy to empower yourself and empower others, not to bring others down. Okay? That's what I keep hearing. It's like, stop trying to pull others down and pull yourself above them. You want to pull yourself up and pull others with you. Yeah, a lot of roses too, which have to do with love. Wow, this to me is the divine masculine and the divine feminine working together. And look at how much these cards balance out. That's crazy. So this is the energy. It's definitely more calming energy coming in by the end of June, but I feel like we're also going to have like another kind of wave of energy coming in August that might bring a little bit of this up, but we're focusing on July right now. So we also have the Four of Gabriel card right here, and this is a celebration card. So it's taking time to celebrate the things that you've worked hard for, taking a break. I feel like this is like definitely, yeah. So we're seeing a split in July. We're seeing the beginning of the month is like a little more confusion. Depending on the way you work with it, definitely do meditate and try to work through that. Don't fall into the trap of, you know, if you watch the news too much or anything like that, it can take a toll on you. All right, let me see. Let me pull a card for here. Why does my left arm hurt right now? Oh, receiving, because that card said be open to receiving, giving and receiving. So it's like the masculine energy. The masculine energy is the giver, the divine feminine's the receiver. So I even feel like doing some meditations with the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and maybe I'll post one of those coming up soon. But that's what I feel like, it's being open to this energy and the balance. And I keep seeing the infinity sign here. It's a lot to do with balancing the energies this month. And I feel like it's kind of up to us. I feel like it's not, the universe isn't going to do it all for us. You know, it's up to us to learn how to balance things out. I feel like the more we go through this ascension process and the awakening on the planet, there's a lot more being put on us instead of us just allowing the angels and these gods or whatever you believe in to do everything for you. Or oh, what's the sign that you're sending me? Whatever it means to you is what it's supposed to be, you know? It's like, stop trying to figure every little piece out and just move with it and go with the flow. And begin to fix it on your own. Stop waiting for the signs too. Like, sometimes you don't need to always be waiting around for the signs. Oh, show me a sign for this. And lately I've been hearing a lot of like, no, like just do it. You know, if you really trust in that and you trust in us, just do it. Stop waiting for the signs. I don't think this is a month where you're going to see a lot of signs. I think it's a month where you need to trust within yourself. Also, too, Odin has a lot to do with sacrifice. I mean, he gave up his eye for wisdom. So, you know, it wasn't him waiting for the other gods to come around and give him things. Like, he went out and he seeked what he wanted. He took what he wanted. And I feel like this is what July is about. It's either shit or get off the pot. I mean, you're going to jump on the boat. You're going to either jump on the boat with everyone else and go travel and explore, or you're going to stay where you normally stay. But the boat isn't going to sit there and wait for you. So, it's definitely a lot of do-it-yourself energy for the month of July. Do it yourself. Do it yourself, and then you will see the rewards. You will be happy, and you will open up to celebration. It's like, stop waiting for everyone to give you the right friggin' answers too. I mean, that's another thing, is like, you don't need all these readings and things like that. Like, look within yourself to find the answers. I feel like that's what July is. That's why it's kind of like confusing for this reading right now, because it's, you know, I feel like there's not just one message for the collective. I feel like the one message for the collective is go internally and find your answers. What's best for you? Stop focusing on the bad. Stop focusing on the negative. We know the world's fucked up, but you know what? There's a lot of great things in the world, and I feel like there's more good than bad, but we always focus on the bad because that's how humans are conditioned. Now we need to turn around and we need to condition ourselves to focus more on the good and work through the bad. Okay? Heal the bad. Heal the negative. Work through the shadow. Because when you focus on the negative all the time, you become reckless. You start making excuses of what, oh, well, I'm just going to go eat all these donuts because I don't feel good emotionally. Like, no, you can't go do that. Like, I mean, if you want to, go ahead. But if you're complaining that you're fucking fat and then you're not taking the time to, you know, eat a salad to make yourself feel better when you feel like shit, then nothing's going to change. And then you're going to be stuck with this energy. You're going to be mad at yourself. You're going to be mad at, you know, these politicians. You're going to be mad at your boss. You're going to be mad at everyone. Do it yourself is what I keep hearing for July. And they'll be here for guidance. They'll be here if we need the help. We need the assistance. But there's no crazy doors opening this month that you're just going to walk through and get everything handed to you. I'm not feeling that at all. I'm not feeling that. Like, sometimes there is. Sometimes there's months where the universe is like, here you go, serving you things on a silver platter, but it ain't going to be July. And I don't think it's going to be August either. So, let's see. That's why they made me put on this crazy Viking music, if you can even hear it now. Alright. Yeah, because the Vikings, they didn't go out and get anything on a silver platter. They were like, we're going to go take that shit. That's how they were. Oh, this card wanted to fall out. They were explorers. Oh, geez. And here we go. Okay, so we have Archangel Michael, the first chakra. And then we have anxiety. So I already know how I'm going to explain this. Use your anxiety to create something awesome in your life. So if you're starting to feel anxious, because there's definitely going to be a lot of anxious energy and energy that you're not understanding in July, you got to get grounded. But I'm feeling like you can transmute this energy-wise, okay? Definitely transmute that energy and turn it into something else. Also, another thing with Michael that came up in table tipping was like, he was like, stop relying on me, rely more on yourself. So again, this was something, if you watch the Ascension table tipping thing, it was like, just go, just do it, just go. Like, stop waiting for us. It's time for you to make this move. It's time for you to connect with your new projects. It's, you know, it's time for you to stop waiting around and start, you know, sometimes people do walk in our lives and they're like, oh, how about, you know, we work together, we do this. No, it's all about going and finding it for July. They keep saying the same thing. Yes. This is all about meditation. It's when you're feeling the anxiety coming in and the energy that you can't handle and the pressure. That's what I feel, like a pressure. Like we're in like a, oh, we're about to explode and pop. You got to release this energy through your crown. That's what I keep feeling with this. So it's releasing your energy. So it's getting grounded and releasing your energy up. Archangel Uriel is all about enlightenment too. So it's like through this anxiety and this tough time. And I'm going to explain another card that I pulled a few days ago. Because I'm like, why the hell do I keep pulling cards like this? But now this makes more sense. There's going to be a sense of enlightenment coming through. And that's what this connects with here. The balance. So you can kind of be ahead of people. Not that it's a race, but choices, the right choices need to be made. And it's definitely all about making better choices for yourself. Let's see what comes up in an animal card. Now I'm just going crazy here. And I'm sweating. It is hot. We're going to keep going. Because I'm curious about this energy. It's a lot. It's really intense. Because before I did the reading, I was just very like calm and like kind of like in a somber mood. And now it's just like, yeah, let's go. That's it. Yeah, that's like turning your hostilities into your passions. So it's things that you can't stand. It's like actually flipping them around and making them into something good. So it's like if you can't stand the way something is, it's going out and making a change. It's not waiting for somebody, oh, when's somebody going to fix that? If you're saying that this month, when's somebody going to fix that? That means you need to fix it. That's what this is saying. This is what Archangel Michael's saying right here. He's like, bitch, you need to fix it. Not me, not God, not the other angels, you. That's what this is saying. Alright. What do we got for an animal card? Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Talk about confirming. And how does this match? Look at that. Raven, own your power. That's all. It's the messages are pretty simple this month. Own your power. Own it. Solar plexus. Really. Allow that light to shine. And then we have the salmon. Determination. You know where you are going and you will get there. You already know. Stop asking for more signs. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, should I pull any more cards? I'm hearing no. But I am going to talk a little bit about this. So I am going to pull the book out because I want to make sure that I pronounce it right. But I've been pulling like all these strength cards and like I've been pulling the strength card in the tarot a lot for like the past few days. I'm like, what the hell? Great. What is going to happen? But now I know what it means. It means like really own your power. Doesn't necessarily mean something bad's gonna happen. I mean, if you're lazy and you're crying and you don't, you know, and you're mad at somebody for making a mistake and, you know, and you're just like holding on to all that anger and you're holding on to anger towards masculinity, then yeah, then bad things, you're gonna end up manifesting bad things with the energy coming in. But if you own your shit and you start taking action, it's gonna be a lot different. Okay, so how do we pronounce this? Uruz. Uruz. So this is the card that I picked a couple days ago. And this also has to do with strength. So let me read a little bit to you. Build personal power ethically from the inside out. Endurance and resilience are important now. Our will can change our fate. It can forge a path where there is none. Look to your health and vitality, for these may need healing. That's pretty much like everything that I talked about in the reading. Like, stop feeling bad about yourself. Don't go indulge in bad things because you don't like the way things are going. Actually indulge in good things to fix that energy. I know that we have those. I have those habits sometimes. I'll go drive to Burger King and get french fries with barbecue sauce when I'm having a bad day sometimes. But now I know to be more conscious of that this month. Like, maybe I'll do it one time. I don't do it all the time, but I've been very good with my diet lately. But yeah, it's like, definitely own your shit. What else does it say? So she put like a little poem in here. And this is Stacy DeMarco. Yeah, Viking Oracle deck. I love this deck. I am the flowing force of life, the focus, the blood pulsing, the oats being sown, the uncontrolled wildness, tenacious and not quite polished. I am Uruz. I hope I pronounced that right. Many of us surrender our will or our real selves due to early childhood trauma or the need to fit in. So like, this is the father healing. Uruz reminds us that not only does our true self never go away, it is always far superior to any mask that we may have had to or chosen to wear. Wow. No matter what has happened to us, with the help of divine energies, we can rebuild our personal power and will ourselves, wow, back to wholeness. So this month is like, the energy coming in is so powerful, but it's only if you take that power. That's what this is saying. It's only if you allow yourself to feel that power. If not, I feel like you're going to feel like you're in a tornado this month. But it's showing that if you wield it correctly, you will be very happy with the results. And they keep showing me the thing in the show Vikings. I love that show, obviously. So one of the things in the show is there's the guy Ragnar, if you haven't watched it. He started off as like a farmer and he wanted to explore. Like, he knew there was lands in the west, but they always went and raided in the east. And he was like, no, I'm telling you, there's lands in the west. I've heard it from wanderers and things like that. And nobody believed him. And he ended up having his friend Floki build a boat, and they ended up sailing west without their earl's permission, and they found new land. So like that, and no other Vikings knew about this. So that was huge within their community, and he didn't take no for an answer. Like, he was told not to do it. He was told that it doesn't exist, and he didn't care. He took the power within his own hands, and then from there, he just went up. And I feel like that's what they're saying, is a lot of people are going to tell you no. They're going to tell you you can't do that, or they're going to try to make you obey them like a boss or something like that. Like, no, you can't do that. But you need to step into your power. Well, that is it for the month of July.